Hey guys, welcome back. I am super busy. Lots of things have been going on in the garden this morning, this week, this month. Lots of things have been going on in the last week or two. I'm going to show you what we're going to have planned for today and kind of what I have been doing since. But let me go ahead, turn you around, and show you what we got going on. So we have actually mostly finished the border that we're going for back here. I wanted to kind of swoop large in the front and then start to narrow down towards that area. The green that you see in the middle are not weeds, mostly. They're just various seeds that we just wanted to throw something in here just to have something grow. And I do have a knockout rose bush. I don't know what the variety is. It has a wonderful fragrance. I think I mentioned it before, but I do not know the variety of this rose. But most of the flowers are spent, and I took a whole bunch of roses to my mom for Mother's Day. But this is what it looks like when it starts to bloom, and then it starts to fade out to a lighter color. This is a different rose that we just got maybe a week or so ago. It is called Cathedral Bells. I got this at Depot, I think, for 20, $30. Kind of like a multiflora or grandiflora, where they have a bundle of blooms instead of just one singular bloom per stem. But it does look absolutely beautiful when they start, and then they start to finish out a little bit like that. That's a little bit more spent. So I guess like this is what they look like when they fully open up between the two, and then they start to fall out. And as I go further along, I do have that other rose that I put over here. All the blooms are spent on it already, and the rain, we've had a lot of rain, so I do need to try and deadhead some of it. Hopefully we'll get another flush of blooms. See, the impatiens over here and pansies are looking great. The pansies not so much because I don't like a lot of heat, but this is the shadier side of the garden. But the impatiens absolutely love it back here. It's kind of a tropical vibe, to be honest. All the beautiful honeysuckle. This is the container that we did maybe a week or two ago. It is doing so much better in the shade than the one that I do have in the sun. Over here are not doing the best. Like I said, it doesn't get a lot of sun on this side, so they're slow growing. I think there's sunflowers and zinnias on this side. I do need to work with this area. We got a lot of vines and stuff that I need to do. I'm thinking next year I'll put a good layer of cardboard and or like paper down just to smother a lot of the seeds that want to come back. If you can see, this is where I have my strawberry patch. It's a very small one, not very large. We have tons of blooms. They're really starting to kick into gear, so I'm hoping we get lots of strawberries. I have my garlic that I planted last year, I think November-ish. I have two peppers in there as well. Lots of stuff in here. We have carrots and parsley that's about to go to seed, actually, and tomatoes in here. We have a beet in here. I can't even tell if it's a beet or a radish at this point because I did them so long ago and I kind of interspersed them. And I took one out. And I'm like, I think that's a radish, but then it doesn't quite look, it's so large. I don't know if it's a radish or if it's something else. Let me see. I'll pull this one up too and see what it is. Okay, this one might actually just have been spinach then. That's probably just spinach. Let me see. Oh my goodness, look how big that one is. Isn't that ridiculous? They're just massive in here. I can't tell the difference between radish, spinach, or whatnot. I just loaded it up so big. There might even be, let me see. Is that like a broccoli in here? I don't know what I put in here. I just planted a whole bunch of stuff. My romaine lettuce is finally heading up. I was waiting. I was like, is this not going to head up? I don't know if they're going to head up, but they're finally heading up. So that is awesome. My chard actually is going to flower. I have some potatoes in here, some artichokes. So I need to give some of them more room. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can let my chard flower. If it doesn't flower, I'm just going to pull it. So I put out squash, cucumbers, and all of that. And as you can see, they have been stunted because we ended up getting a frost. Well, it wasn't even like a hard frost. So we ended up getting a frost and they're not happy. And if I put a say if I the size that it is right now, if I put another seed in here, it will catch up and surpass this one, even though it's been in here for like over a month. It will surpass it. My sweet peas never really flowered except for one. They didn't like we just had this weird, it got really warm and then all of a sudden it got cold and then it got really warm and then cold. It just would not stay a nice cool even temperature wise. It just fluctuated between 20 and 30 degrees, if not more, and then just they're not having it. So they look like they're about to burst, but I may just go ahead and yank them because it is pretty hot now. I have my grapevine right here, which I don't think we're going to get any fruit this year. I think I planted it last year at the end of the season. It did grow, and then it had a little time to grow, and then it had to die back through the winter. But I think it is going to think of it as like a false first year. So it may be 2 more years before I actually really start to see any fruit, if I see any fruit, especially since we had to move it because we have something going on that I have yet to show you guys. Tons of little baby basils growing. They need to be watered. I'm in the middle of doing that right now. Lots of garlic. Everything needs to be fertilized, I think. But I think they're growing absolutely wonderful, which is great to see. My beans, my dragon tongue beans, they are growing and they might produce, but like I said, for some reason with my dragon tongue beans, no matter what kind of beans I grow, they always turn yellow. I don't know. I don't water a whole lot. I don't water every single day. I water regularly, every other day, a good deep water, and then I let them do their thing for like a day to dry out a little bit. And I don't know what it is. My tomatoes looking absolutely wonderful. I think we're gonna start pumping things out soon. I can't wait. All right, so this is what I have over here. I have some more flowers to get done. So this is our plan for today. I just gave you a recap of the garden. Now I'm back on track to show you what I'm actually going to plant. I have 3 of the snowdrift. Look at this, Virginia snowdrift. I also have a light. I have 2 of them actually. One's a dark one, one's a light one. It's not super dark, but just like pale pink and like I think those would be really great. I also have peony, which I don't know how the peonies are gonna do for us because I killed my last one. There's 2 in each box. Well, in the box that I have, so maybe it's one white and one pink, but we will see. It says it can do full sun to partial shade. I do have a lot of shady and sun areas, so we'll have to figure out what would be a good place to put it. I'm thinking just back here in this bed right here. So we'll have to see. Then we have a mix. There's 4 of them. There are a mix of different types of hostas, which will be really great. So I'm looking forward, and they do return every year. And then the address. So my kids got this for me for Mother's Day. So they got me a whole bunch of different flowers, and I am super excited. There's 20 of those bulbs. I have no idea where I'm going to put them. It says it can do full sun or partial shade. We'll see where I stick them, and we'll just have fun planting. And then I also have this right here. My kid absolutely loved how dark these were. There's only 3 in here. And all of these I got, I think, from Walmart. So we'll see if they actually do well for us or not. Supposed to return every year, and I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I'm going to find a nice spot. It'll probably go in this bed. This is kind of like my flower garden, and it's just really nice right there. So I'll definitely probably put them in there. And down here, my kids ended up getting pulled in, and my mom, to getting a glow in the dark petunia. We were shopping at the garden center, and they absolutely was like, wait, they have it here. Like, we've heard about it. And apparently they just couldn't help it. But this thing was expensive. They had it for $80, not $8, but 80 decimal 00 $80. I can't believe how much it. I'm gonna try and overwinter this thing just because it's, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, crazy. And then ate my words. I'm eating my words right now. So I went to the garden center and I got soil with the last bag that I got, not the one I did with the little pots, but the bag that I got after that. Most of it was thick, thick. It was like mulch. So I ended up breaking down. And for Mother's Day, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. For Mother's Day, I was able to get a couple of bags of Happy Frog. So I am super excited about that. It does cost more than they used to. They're like $5 more a piece per bag. So I don't see myself purchasing anymore. But if anyone else wants to purchase it for me, I'll happily take it. I will take it. And the big reveal that I have right now is also some of these other flowers that I got, which is the jasmine, and I have some puccoills down there. And you might have already seen on the right side, you're like, wait a second, you're paying attention to my videos. There's no chain link fence. That's because this beautiful trellis and arbor and fence that we built this past weekend. Look at that. How amazing is it? I can't believe we built it ourselves. Now, if you notice, the posts are not the same height. That's what we needed it to be at the time because our ground is not level. So we made them all roughly the same height. We got the fence lined up. Now we can go back and trim them back. But I think I want to cap them with something and maybe have something that has like solar powered lights or something to put as a cap on top of them. If you know any good sources, now write it in the comments below. But it is absolutely wonderful. It didn't take super long to build. I think maybe hour wise total, it would be like maybe 10 hours. Not just because having to get all the alignment right, having to get all the wood in place, but it took over the course of 2 or maybe 2, 3 days tops, but complete hour wise, maybe 10 hours. And so we have these garden boxes that are on each side. There's four of them. Two are smaller on this side because I have less space, and two that are larger on the other side. So we are going to put this in there. This is the star jasmine. Absolutely smells wonderful. I don't know about you, anyone else, but it smells to me like rice pudding. Like, it definitely has a rice pudding smell. And then I also have this beautiful rose that my husband got me for Mother's Day. It's not a bare root. I mean, I guess it is a bare root. It's got some leaves starting to grow, but it is from heirloom roses, and it's the Eden climber. And I am going to put the Eden climber on this side. I'm going to try to transplant my grapes on that side. And in the box on the back side, I'm going to put the star jasmine. So I'm hoping that eventually they'll all just grow up and around and in between each other, and it will be, hopefully, a spectacular show by the end of the season. So let's go ahead. I think I've said enough. I am slightly out of breath. Let's get to work. That is all I have for today that I can muster. There's a lot more I have to get done, but it's just gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I hope everyone has a wonderful, or had, depending on when this video comes up, has and had a wonderful Mother's Day, and just have a restful day and get ready for the remainder of the year because it's going to be a year. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.